After 7 years of living on the ranch, I finally came up with the best system for raising chickens. And the system makes life a lot easier. So ideally, this is the perfect chicken coop. You have a small door to let them out. You have their laying boxes so you can collect the eggs easily. And then you have a door so you can go in and clean it. I bought that coop thinking I could use it, but it's turned to storage. I bought that one thinking that that would be good for hens and chicks, till I found out that if you move their eggs and you don't catch the chicks fast enough, the other hens will kill them. So if you're gonna raise chicks, separate them, let them lay their eggs, and get big enough so that the other hens can't hurt them. So after going through numerous water systems for the chickens, I got this one, and I hooked it up to irrigation pipe, or not pipe, hoses, connected it to the faucet so I can just turn it on and it self-fills. Easy to clean, tip it over, wipe it out with a brush, and refill it. And then as far as feeding goes, after going through numerous type of feeders and having sparrows and birds and rabbits and everything just waste my feed and get it, I finally bought it's called a grandpa's feeder. And chickens learn after you spread feed around it to just open it up, get their food, and then it shuts. And then next to that, I've got a container for oyster shells, and then that little bowl for when I want to give them their scraps from the kitchen, or cucumbers to deworm them. And I got this coop. Originally it was a sheep shelter. My husband made a laying box in it. But after realizing I've got hens going in there, hens going in there, I don't need all this. I started out with 7, and then I had 30, then I had roosters, and I had to separate them over there. Then I had a sick hen, and I had to put her in there. And then one that was attacked by a hawk, and I put her in there. So it is good to have an extra coop for whatever purpose, but ideally you only need one, and then one for the sick ones, or chicks if you want to let them get big enough to let them run with the rest of the chickens, but they have to be big enough to defend themselves. But as far as feeding, don't even waste your time with any other feeders. Get a grandpa's feeder. They're kind of expensive. They're on Amazon. And I even went with an alternative brand, and that did not close after a while. And I had mice in there, and I had birds getting stuck in it when it did close. So a grandpa's feeder, perfect. I've put them under the nesting coop just to protect it from rain, and one bowl. And with the coop, you don't have to fill it with shavings. You can only put like maybe an inch or two, and you have to clean it at least once a month because the urine and the smell, and you don't want chickens laying eggs and stepping in poop and getting it all over your eggs. And as far as in the nesting boxes, I just throw hay, kind of smush it down, and then they make it a nest. So I watched a lot of videos with the perfect chicken coop situation, and to me, this is it. You don't even need one that big. Like if you're only going to have 4, you can get something like this, which is what I originally started with. And they learn after you keep them in there for a while to go in automatically. So I don't even use this one anymore, but it was well worth it when it started. And I got the ladder, I cut a hole in the back, and this opens and closes. They learn to go in. The secret to getting chickens to know where they live is you got to leave them in it for at least 2 weeks. I've got livestock guards, dogs, and they keep hawks away and coyotes. So my hens, I have 1 rooster. That's all you need. They free range everywhere. And it works out. You don't need one as fancy as this. Doesn't really matter what it looks like. The point is easy to clean. If it's too small, it's hard to clean. Anyway, all the best with your chickens.